Yeah, it's tough. I mean, not unexpected, to be honest. I've been looking at the Worcester games, and most of you know from a lot of Worcester's results that they're a team that can be in the fight there, and if you don't get a lot of things right, they stay in the fight there. They don't just go away. And I actually think first half was a combination of us being very good and being pretty average. When we got tempo and real accuracy into the game, we looked good. The 2 tries came from that. Looked from us being very decisive, very accurate, running at pace, looking for the spaces that we kind of knew were there. We looked good. But me personally, I actually think we weren't then prepared to work hard enough to get the A's and B's done that then allow you to score tries and build periods of pressure. We put ball on the floor a little bit too much. We were ill-disciplined when Worcester had the ball, and that created a lot of pressure for ourselves. You can't go through many Premiership games given literally the opposition so many scrum put-ins without that creating a few issues for you, and we created a lot of issues for ourselves. But fair play to Worcester, they didn't let us have it all their own way in the first half. I think crucially, after half time, we were strong enough for that initial period after half time that actually Worcester's mistakes then counted against them. A couple of kicks out on the full, a couple of things didn't go to hand for them, and then we were able to capitalise by, as the bench came on, really gaining some momentum and really gaining a toehold both territorially and with possession. And I think ultimately, I've just that's great credit to them, because it's tough mentally to come here as second place and be 15 all at half time and actually come through that. That's great credit to their kind of mental durability, really.
Was that any sort of something of a curse almost in terms of missing up?
In some ways, I think people talk about it all the time, don't they? If you kind of get a score out of nothing really without really having to work for it, you can mentally just think, right, well, the next time we've got to do is just produce a quality piece of set piece ball and we run another set play in. And that just doesn't work like that. And that's all it was for me. I mean, I enjoyed our ambition. I thought we found space. We got momentum in some carries on quite a regular basis, but you then have to be really hard-nosed and accurate and keep possession and keep territory for long periods. That's how you dominate a game. You can't say we dominated that game. Perhaps maybe you'd say the last 30 minutes really started to come for us in terms of amount of territory, amount of possession. But until then, if anything, we weren't winning penalties in Worcester's half. They were getting the penalties in our half. They were spending the time in our half, and we scored 2 tries, kind of boom, in flashes of brilliance in a way, but they were still flashes.
These were the 2 England lads. They haven't played for weeks.
I think this is the thing as well. There were some bonuses out there. Obviously, Jack Yendall dropped out short notice. Luke came in. The guy's not played a minute of rugby. A minute of rugby since the Ospreys game with a broken thumb. And to be fair, he did very well. Sam Hill's not played a minute of rugby for 6-7. Was it about 6 weeks now? Probably came in, added a real bit of impetus. I was really pleased with the impetus Sam gave. So those are great things for us, and they're the things that actually make us feel comfortable now with this good block of games. In that we've blooded a lot of guys, and a lot of guys are getting good experience. Guys like Johnny Hill, absolutely fantastic for him. Ollie Atkins is getting good game time. They're doing well for us. Will Chudley's back up and running now, which has been very important for us, but we've also managed to give a lot of time to David Lewis, and all these things are just thickening us out now, and we're just we're looking good that over an extended period of games we can be strong in numerous positions.
What was that with the skipper?
Illness, same with Alex Brown off the bench. He was ill as well, so we made a couple of late changes. But as I say, I think we've weathered some tough storms out there, and we've come through pretty well. 5 points away from home. You look at the results over the weekend. It's bumped us 5 points on from Northampton. It's bumped us an additional point on from Wasps. The truth is, we want that top 4 to start opening some gaps, and we potentially helped ourselves do that today.
Next week we've got the Saracens. Could go top of the table. How are you viewing that clash?
Well, we're looking forward to it. It's the right position to be in, isn't it? If it's first against second and you're not first, you want to be second, don't you? So, we'll go after it. I mean, we'll enjoy being back at Sandy Park. Saracens will enjoy coming to Sandy Park. They enjoy denting big home records, and that's the kind of stuff they relish. I think it'll be a real humdinger of a game. It looks like we've come through today with no injuries, so we are slowly getting fitter and fresher. The mentality of next week will deal with itself, which is always nice, and we can enjoy just getting out there and really going after them. And we can say, well done to our international lads who'll be away next week, and I hope they all do well as well.
James Short keeps scoring tries and making yards. I mean, in terms of his quality at the moment, do you think he's kind of in touching distance of no international?
I think Shorty would be the first to admit, you know, there's little bits and pieces he's got to work on, but he has got natural pace, and he's starting to work on his game to the extent where we're starting to see that and we're starting to talk about it. You know, there's still little things in his game. I mean, he lost the ball probably on the left-hand side there in the second half, needed to hold on to. There's little things in his game, but that will come with regular game time, regular training time. You know, because the raw materials are there, you know, you've got to say he can drive himself to being in with a chance. I don't think he's there yet, no, and I don't think he would expect to be. But he's certainly the time he's shown this season, he's certainly got the foundational elements in his game to allow him to push on and start challenging with some real consistency.
How have you got the best out of him? Obviously, he's sort of travelled around the Premiership a little bit, but he seems to have really found his home.
That's not really for me to say. You know, that's for, you know, those are the things that James to talk about. You know, I think we've shown him a bit of trust and a bit of faith, and he's shown us he's prepared to work very hard. You know, for me, it's a two-way street. The player comes in and he wants to work extremely hard, and he wants to show good qualities. He wants to be a good character. He wants to be a good bloke around the team. You know, and his mates in the team mean a lot to him. Then we're prepared to work very hard with him. You know, it's a two-way street. We've worked hard with him. He's working extremely hard, and that tends to get the best out of both parties. All right, great, thank you guys.